You wanted to go for the balance?
Oh, yeah, if you want to go ahead and look at.
Oh, are we back?
Oh, I'm out.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to come out of executive session.
I move to come out of executive session.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Alrighty. All right, now we have minutes to review. And there are the minutes from June 17th, July 9th, and August 12th.
There's some grammatical error.
Are there some, okay, that's being
corrected.
corrected. Do we want to wait a minute for that, or do we want to do something else and come back to that?
I move that we accept the minutes.
As
with
corrected.
corrections.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All right. Got the bills here. Can you tell us anything? Is there anything about these bills that are unusual?
Well,
It looks,
What's insight?
the last one,
yeah,
they are, they sell like, computer type stuff. It's a company that, sells that kind of thing, like computer. And we, had to, our security system keeps a recording of our, of everything that's happening here in the office from the cameras.
Mhm.
Well, it was only keeping for about 2 weeks because of how much storage was on it, because it keeps the recording for 24 hours a day. And so we had to upgrade that as part of the security. It's directive, it's supposed to be longer, with like a month that we're supposed to have. So with that's part of what that amount is.
so this purchased us a server that
I'm
allows
sorry,
us.
actually, that's the aardvark one that was the upgrade for the security
Okay.
system.
Okay,
The insight is because our server is, that we keep everything on for here in the office, is end of life, like it's not gonna be supported anymore. And so we had to replace that. We do have grant money that we'll use to cover that
okay.
as part of the security grant.
And that was approved, that was
Security.
our IT.
Yeah, sorry, we haven't got it yet.
But,
They're ordering
but this is something that they've identified as would do the job.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Joseph and his manager Donnie are the ones that give us quotes for it, and so this was the cheapest one.
And they make recommendations and,
Yeah, of them.
all right.
And then we are gonna be doing as part of that security directive too, we don't have it on here yet, but we're gonna go, we use a tape system now for backups, because we have to back up our whole system. And we're gonna be going to a cloud-based thing, so we won't be using the tapes anymore. So that'll be another expense we'll have later though. And that's what a lot of other, I guess, boards are doing too. And that was our cyber liaison who told us about that. So it's-
And
so that way
they've
it's sort of
identified a
off.
cloud source that's,
They haven't
Could
used the
meet
quotes
the
for it
security.
yet, but yeah, they, Joseph has talked about one.
okay, and they've gotten the approval from the Secretary of State's
We haven't
office.
submitted it yet.
Okay, but we're gonna go through that process before
Right,
we do
we're
that.
gonna make sure it's,
And our cyber liaison with the Secretary of State is who we discussed it with.
yeah, that's who,
Okay. Very good.
and that's who we, show or ask for approval or whatever through.
But other boards have done that.
Yeah, I guess he said other.
So,
boards were
so
already
there's
doing
other
it.
boards that have already identified appropriate places to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right clouds. Can't be any cloud.
Right, and well, that's what I mean, yeah. My limited.
I move to approve the bills,
All
pay
right,
the bills.
any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All righty, correspondence. We got a ballot for us, to look at, huh?
Yeah, and so the first directive there, the 2025-49, has to deal with, I don't even know if, I think I gave you a copy of it. Because it was also on last time too, at the last meeting, but that's a copy of what the form of the ballot is supposed to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did give it to us last time.
And then the 2025-50 is a voter registration integrity directive. And you should have.
And that's the
Yeah,
one
copies
where
of
when
all of
you answered to Betsy about getting the information from Social Security, that
Yeah,
things
that's
like
what
that.
that one had,
Okay,
yeah. And we may end up getting, because it mentions like some other databases, I think, that we may get access, that we may get information from later.
okay,
The 2025-51 has to do with, the release of using electronic poll books for the November
that
election.
allows us to use it.
And we actually got a separate letter that released our county specifically.
Good.
Because we met the requirements.
Very good.
I didn't put a copy of that in, but if you want one,
No,
we can get it. And then, the 2025-52, we just got this one, Monday, actually. And it's another data integrity, but it's about updating missing information. So some, especially like older records we have, don't have either the last four of the voter's social security number or their driver's license number. It may not have one or the other or both. Because it used at one time, you didn't have to provide that information when you registered to vote. So some of them are still missing. You know, if people have voted absentee, we've gotten the information from that, but if they never did vote absentee, then we may still not have
so
that.
if they vote in person and they're presenting it that has all that information,
We usually don't take time to record it.
that's what I was
then.
gonna ask.
Yeah,
Okay.
when they're in.
I mean, it makes sense that we wouldn't.
Yeah.
I've got too many things to do.
But this is where we can get some of the information, the state's getting it like from Social Security or the BNB. So we actually have a webinar today about how this will work.
So you'll be able to get it yourselves without having to go to them?
They're gonna send us the information, the
Okay.
state will,
All
and
right,
then we can update it in our system.
so we don't have to go through the process of writing people and
Right.
asking them. Okay.
Yeah, asking, because we
Well, that's
have,
wonderful.
because there was.
Yeah,
Sometimes there's mismatched information that we've had before, like somebody gives us their birthday
right.
and they put it as, July 9th, but it was really September 7th. Because they switched, switched
Within
their
the
birthdays
exact-
back and
yeah,
forth.
yeah,
Or-
yeah, yeah.
Or they give you, like, they said they were born in 68, but it was really 67 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's all an accidentally right or wrong. So this, I think, will help work with that kind of stuff. Or if they
Great.
transpose their numbers on their last part of their social or something like that.
Okay,
Which happens more than you would think it would.
all right. Moving on, the write-in petitions. Do we have any?
So we have several write-ins.
Oh my goodness, this is just the year, isn't it?
Yeah. So these, first three, these are all for Lower Salem Village Council, because none of them turned in by the regular petition deadline.
So is there a contest among the write-ins?
No, because there's four seats and there's 30 people.
Okay.
So the first one here is Gerald Smith. And then they have Victoria, sorry.
Yeah.
Gardner.
Let me just ask, in this one, it's just council people, they don't go for like wards or anything
No,
like that,
they don't
right?
have
Okay,
wards, yeah.
so we don't have to worry about, did they put the right ward? or
Right.
anything?
They're just council at large.
All right,
Who will appoint this fourth
So that's the
member?
Victoria Gardner.
they will, obviously.
What's that?
Do they appoint the fourth member?
Yes. Yeah, the people that are in there, well,
So if they vote for themselves, they're in, and then they get to choose.
and then they can, yeah. And then this one is a Daryl, trying to read his last name, yeah, we have it on there.
All right.
And then that's all for those. Do you want to do them all?
Sure, let's get them
together?
done.
This one is for Merle Hughes, and it was for Waterford Township Watertown Township trustee. And he was one of the people that his petition, I think, didn't have enough signatures, so he withdrew and then came back in. And then this one is for council too, but for village council at large, but for New Metamorphs, Timothy Williams. And he was one of the people whose petition, I think he didn't write how many signatures.
He what?
He didn't write the number of signatures
Oh, yeah.
total on his from before. And then this one's John Spur for Fort
That's the
Forever.
one we.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then this one, was Travis Shad for Wolf Creek Local School Board, and he was one of the people, he didn't have enough signatures.
I've already done.
and we've already, spoken to, or,
No, this one's for Deer, if I could stop name, Deer and Roddy, for Barlow Township trustee for their unexpired term. And he had filed for full term from before, and his petition was approved, but he withdrew because he wanted to run for this unexpired term.
did anybody else run for the unexpired?
No one else, no.
Oh, so that's why, okay. So he didn't have to fight
Because
it.
because their township trustee, one of them had passed away. Like, I guess he's been sick. but
So he doesn't have
passed away
opposition
right by
in
the
this
deadline.
one, in this one, he doesn't have opposition.
Yeah, he doesn't have a name.
Okay. All right.
This one is for Neil Huck, and it's for Wolf Creek Board of Education, and he had not turned anything in before.
Okay,
And then this one's for Brian Vinegar for Independence Township trustee, and he had not turned in anything
okay.
before, and that was it. But these, all these people pay the same filing fee as otherwise if they, had filed the petition.
All right, Adam, you wanna read the motion?
Yeah, read each one of them off. I move to approve the following write-in petitions. Brian Vinegar for Independence Township trustee. Neil Huck, Wolf Creek Local School Board. Darren Roddy, Barlow Township trustee. Travis Shad, Wolf Creek Local Board of Education. Don Spur, Fort Fry Local Board of Education. Timothy Williams, New Matamoros Village Council. Merle Hughes, Waterford Township trustee. Victoria Carter, Lower Salem Village Council. Daryl Gamier, Lower Salem Village Council, and Gerald Smith, Lower Salem Village Council.
All right, any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? All righty.
And so with that, then we have our ballots for the November 4th general election, and that does include all those write-ins that you'll
It does.
just approve, yeah. So the one that, like for Lower Salem,
Mhm.
is 48 for the ones that were almost write-ins. Up here, remember?
It's 47, so you said 48.
Yeah, that's all, but. For me, the 48, or there's,
No,
Yeah.
okay, it's this one.
and then it's the 48 too, because it's split between the village and the township.
I see. Okay, so we allow for write-ins, because we had some. Okay. What's this? Okay. So when we get appropriate write-ins, we then make sure we add enough
Have enough lines.
lines for that?
Yeah, like any of the ones for Wolf Creek, because there's 2 write-ins for that. And so there's 2 lines.
Okay.
For that, and these people would vote for both
Mhm.
write-in.
Is there a list of the write-ins at the polling place?
Yeah, we'll do, people have to ask, voters have to ask for them, but we'll have those available, the poll workers will get them if they ask.
Wait, I know.
That way, if they don't know,
Yeah, I know.
ahead of time who they are, they can ask.
Who this person is, who this person is, my neighbors know this person, most of my neighbors are this person. I don't know Randy Fisher. Okay.
We can go three.
Now, what's the difference between the ballots that we're looking at and the ballot order?
And that'll be how many ballots we want.
You're talking about the number of ballots, okay, and that's in that, you've got that.
Yeah, that's all there.
We've got that list.
For some reason, I get my phone.
Here's the corrected. Thank you, minutes, And that's good, right? No, it's over here. All right, I'll take these 2 hours.
I'll make a
Yeah,
motion
the
that we
ones
approve
that
the ballots.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, we'll look at the number. Yeah, maybe we didn't have,
There was motions on.
yeah, what's that one there? Which one is that?
It's David.
Is that the June?
July 9.
Yeah, here's the June, okay. All right, so what do we got here?
So this just kind of gives you some extra information on there. We still had on there from 2013, you can just see how many people voted, in 2015, 17, 19, 21. So odd number of years, that's on there. And then there's from the last time, 2023, how many people voted in each of the precincts, what the turnout was, and then how many registered voters we had as of today. And then we usually do add 5% of whatever had voted before. So the column that's the 1.05% would be how much it would have voted in 2030 with 5% added. And then we usually order paper ballots that are 30% of that.
Okay.
Because most people vote on the touchscreen.
And does that satisfy the requirements? I mean, we know that we don't typically use that.
Right, it's very many.
So let me ask this, 2024, not used, we use 2023
What's
rather
the-
than the last November election.
We use the one that's more similar, most similar.
That's why we're doing
That's
the
my
odd.
question.
That's why we're doing
I
the
think it
odd.
makes sense to do that, I just wanted
Yes.
to make sure that we
Yes.
we're required
Yeah,
to
because
do
it-
the previous
Yeah,
November.
just this,
Okay.
the past like election is what's
Very good.
required.
Right.
All
Right,
right, that makes sense, total sense.
so this satisfies the minimum that we need to have in paper,
Right,
okay.
and so we round that up, like, the top one, there's 143. So you have to make, print them in quantities of 25. So the least.
Oh, that's why.
Times
Oh, I see.
25, so you have to have it as a.
Right, in an order of that,
Yeah.
okay. All right,
So I think in total at the end, if we go with these, if there's any of them you think we should raise or lower.
I don't, there's nothing,
It comes up to 6,100
that's a lot.
altogether, which is a lot, I
I
think.
know that, well,
And then we have a few people, and we use these for our provisionals too.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
when it goes
no, that's
provisional, yeah, we usually use these.
although you can print them too,
I mean,
right?
they could do it on
On the
the,
spot.
we can print here.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
for your,
But people can use the touchscreens for their provisional as long as they make sure they put it in the,
I guess I didn't realize that, okay, that makes sense.
but we can print more here if we need it, if we run out somewhere.
How many times have we run out?
Not very often, I think like mostly it's in a primary where we have before, where we've needed one of a certain party, so. But we haven't, for a while, for a few elections, we haven't ran out.
So the 30%, is that our custom? That's not a
Yeah.
requirement,
No, that's our custom.
so we can fiddle with that percentage.
All right, well. Motion,
I move to approve.
Do you wanna reduce that number?
Where would we reduce it? We'd have to go back through and go through each one if you wanna reduce one. Oh, you mean reduce
Or
our,
the
oh,
percentage.
well, can we,
And then I.
what is the minimum that we're required?
I think it was 15%. Do you remember if that would be?
Off the top of my head, sounds.
That's my point, is 30% is our custom, that's not what's required.
Okay, if it's not required, then
We could do 25
we could
or
do
20.
or 20,
I would say 10%, reduced by 10%.
we'll do 20%.
So that would make like for.
What do you think, Adam?
5% above, let's do 5% above the minimum.
So the minimum is.
Yeah.
So if the minimum is 15, it's 20, if the minimum is 20, it's 15.
Yeah.
Then it's
Is
25.
that okay with you, Adam?
Yeah.
Okay.
I move to adjust these numbers by an amount 5% greater than the minimum requirement of the Secretary of State.
Second.
All right, any discussion? Yeah, which results in 20%, and all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed?
And so, like, for example, instead of 150 for the Bupper 1A, it would be 100.
Right.
Yeah.
That would make it,
Yeah.
so.
I mean, it's just wasting paper.
Yeah.
All right. So are we ready for the UHAVA?
Yes, so we submitted, once we have the ballots, we submitted, which I did already, I submitted it to Rhinebeck, which is where the company we use to print our ballots. So we use them to print our absentees, or if we needed, other election day ones, it's the same system we would print from. So that was submitted to them, and they'll send back to us and set it up on our computers with printers. So we'll be able to print.
And we'll be ready,
So we should be ready.
okay?
And when you have 3 UOCAVA
Applications are ready?
Yeah.
All right.
And then,
Okay,
yeah, you should have a copy of the machine allocation. And that is the same as we used in May. And November last year, we used it for both those same elections. So that would be sending out, everything that we've got pretty much. And we did have I didn't put it necessarily on the agenda, but we did have preventative maintenance done on all the machines that came in August.
uh-huh,
And the only thing they had to do was replace a battery for one of the student votes.
and we're gonna do some testing on, because the poll books we didn't use last night, so.
Yeah, so we'll do testing on those, we do LNA testing on them, and all the machines will be,
Okay,
we do logic and accuracy testing
right,
to make sure that they're reading everything properly.
all right. Any questions on this?
I move to approve the machine allocation as provided.
Any discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed? All right,
And we have been a pilot paneling for, which I think I mentioned before, but for the new Secretary of State online poll worker training. And the 3 of us here in the office took that training, and we thought it was really good.
is it good?
So
So what does that mean? You don't have to, you can just have training and then just queue it up and it goes?
the poll workers themselves will now sign into it, we'll send them a code.
Uh-huh.
And we don't have to, before, we had to put in their information so they could take it. So this, they like self-sign up. So we'll send them a code and they'll go to the website, and sign in themselves and go through the training. And it's a new course too than what they had before.
And then what in-person training are we required to do an additional in-person
Yeah, we
training?
have to, especially for anybody new, we have to do an in-person training for them. And then, we want to do the new in-person training to update for our poll books, the change of the poll books. So that could be like, we're thinking maybe a shorter training for people that have already worked before.
Okay, poll worker
And
updates.
poll workers, we do have, and an extra copy, but we have about 44 poll workers so far, and I will be sending out probably later today an email to get people that worked before. These are, so far what we have is the ones that were recommended by central committees. And then, we've had some people that, email us, they can do an online poll worker application. And so that's, some of them are those too. And some of those people are untrained, they're new.
How many do you want?
We would, like, bare minimum, I would have 100. But I'd like to be closer to like 150.
Are you getting, because I was at a meeting the other day and an individual said that they had applied online but never heard back. So I'm wondering.
That might be somebody that's on there, because I hadn't emailed anyone yet, so that's what I'm gonna be doing later today.
I'm not sure it was this election, it might have been last election.
They should have got an email.
They should have,
Yeah, they should have got,
okay.
or usually that's how we do it, by email.
Okay. So you'll be getting in touch with all these people,
Mhm.
okay,
And we did the triad that we have our voter registration system and website through. They have where we can put in our classes, like when, we're holding our classes, and the poll workers can go online on our website and sign up for those. So they can choose which one they want, and they can pick Wednesday at 10 or Thursday at 5:30. So that's kind of nice that they can go in themselves now and sign up for it instead of calling us and we gotta put them in. But that's new for this time. We haven't done that before.
so we probably should approve this list, right?
You can go ahead and approve.
I mean, because we
Yeah,
need to
that's
do
fine.
that.
Mhm.
Why are you on here?
Oh, because of checking to see if the training works. Actually, so the three of us are on there. So I guess we have 41 if you take the three of us off of it.
Blaze, to,
He's gonna be in a
Like
different
somewhere
place.
else.
Yeah, he can't
He's gonna
work
be
anywhere
doing some.
else. And actually, he wasn't sure if he was gonna be able to work this time or not.
Oh,
So we're waiting to hear from him. But yeah, they tried, had us put ourselves in there to see if we could go online and make sure it was working, where we could choose classes. And then we get a report every day of who was picked when they signed up for the poll worker training.
Our spring, Friday, well, we hit the wet numbers.
when will you be getting letters out or emails out? Because I've had a couple of people ask me about it already.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna try to today, so
Okay.
probably today or tomorrow.
All right. So I'll let people know.
And if people with that, when they go online themselves to sign up for the poll worker training, if they are not able to work, like if they've been recommended or something and something changes, they're not able to work, they can put that on there too. They can confirm that they're not able to
Okay.
work for this election, or if they just don't have a vehicle worker, they can choose that option too.
All right, we have a motion to approve the list.
I move to approve the list.
Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, opposed? All right,
And then, we kind of already talked about it a little bit, but the poll worker training mainly will be from October 7th through the 10th. And it'll be down at the, emergency operations place where we normally have it. And then the possible makeup days are the October 21st through the 23rd. And then, we have our winter conference for the Ohio Association of Elections Officials next January, between the 14th and 16th.
and it looks like we don't need to be there till like noon, right?
I think I had a copy, yeah, this is the proposed agenda so far, it's not.
Yeah, because that's the REO stuff, so.
Yeah, so.
We don't start till like 2 or something, right?
Right,
Okay. So that's why we don't need to go up Tuesday evening.
right, why we don't have to go Tuesday, so I made reservations for us for
Wednesday night.
yeah. And those had sold out within an hour,
Oh my gosh.
the room booking,
I'm
yeah.
putting it in my calendar right now.
So we're
So-
doing Wednesday night and Thursday night.
And now Melissa and Emily are going up earlier because they are doing the
The
REO
REO
classes.
stuff.
So they're gonna go up, they'll stay with the Tuesday night.
I think I already have.
And we, for this year, because we get, of course, training credit for going to the conferences, you guys all have enough training credit hours, so you've made it.
We do?
Yep. For this year.
Should this be 16?
Yeah, I think they might have updated it since I printed this one out.
So Wednesday is,
And it says 2025.
Yeah.
oh, what are you looking at? Sorry, that's 16.
Yeah, in association, I put it on me. Must have been the one from last year.
Yeah, it's on my schedule. Okay. All right. What's the info from Severa?
This is the company that had wanted to do a demo for us before. But they, yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Somehow I didn't get the one that's printed
That's
out back, but. So that's just their information. I had them send the. So if you guys want to look over it, if you think you want a demo anytime, you can just let me know.
So what would this do for us? What's different? Why would you want to do
I
it?
mean, I don't think we really need it.
Well, that's my question.
But I mean, I told him I would present it, so I went to.
Okay.
But it does a lot of.
So it's data stuff
Yeah, statistical.
to manipulate, not manipulate, to report a local.
Yeah, I'd like to
local
make
data.
different types of reports and. But we do, I think.
Do we have any need for any additional reports?
Not that I know of. I think Plan or ours,
Already gives us.
We have a website, this would be we did not only have our website, but then they're offering to take the data and do something that would make it more accessible, but it's already accessible.
We're already required to.
Yeah, okay.
Publish our statistics and data.
Right.
Yeah,
And we
I
do
mean,
that.
We do that.
I'm gonna say
We're not
that our
looking
own
to spend
stuff
money
already,
just for-
yeah, our own stuff already does that.
Right.
So we're able to publish it pretty timely. I mean, when the poll closed at 7:30, our absentee is up within 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you?
Yep.
Okay, all right, you've done
Thank
that.
you.
you're welcome. And I think that's, just still, we had the, sunshine law stuff on there.
Are we required to do that?
You do have to do it every so often.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, I've actually gone through 3 or
Well, and I
4 of them in
don't
the
know-
past, but not
Yeah.
since I've been on the board.
If, like your classic conference you had,
Yeah.
I don't know if that would kind of cover, like the Robert's rules. That, I mean, that's kind of different, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Okay. All right. Anything further?
So, and our next meeting is October 8th.
that would be the second Wednesday.
So.
And that would be our second day of voting, so then we get a hold of the EOC and see if we can have our meeting down there, because we'll have voting.
A lot of machines in here.
Yeah, I've got it on there. Okay. All righty. Anything else? No? Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Yep, we're done. I was just going to see, I'm like, is he still